I'm fitting my water tank and my battery boxes. I decided on this 36-gallon tank rather than a 50 because it would make things too crowded down here. So I got her set in place. My battery boxes, I've also decided on 4 27 series 12-volt batteries. 3 wired in parallel as my house bank and 1 reserved as an emergency start battery. I was going to run the golf cart batteries in here, but then sometimes you run into a charging issue with them when there's 12 volts. I can get a standard 12-volt charger. And if I ran 4-6 volts as a house bank, I'd have to have another battery somewhere as an emergency start. And after doing a lot of research and studying what other people are running, it seems like mostly they're doing this. The 4 batteries will balance the boat out real well. This is ballast up here. And the 3 in the house bank and 1 is emergency start. And I'll have a switch over here. But we're almost to the end of May now. I have made some improvements. The pump is in and mounted. I've got all this painted. All my window frames are now painted. I got all my piping in for the horn and whistle. All the overhead mahogany beams are varnished. And all these cabin beams are painted. And I'm putting in some, I got a framework here for some overhead cabinets, 1 on each side. If I had known I was going to do this, I could have incorporated that into the knee, but I just added a piece here. And over here also, it's going to be an overhead cabinet here. I was going to keep this all open, but after being in the boat, I find that that's kind of unused space, and a lot of light stuff, galley stuff will go up in here, and it'll just storage is one thing that we don't have a lot of on a boat this size. So yeah, we're having a spring. We're in about a 2-week period of rain. Sure is greening up the hills, but it's a damper on the boat work outside. I did get a bow roller on, my chocks, and I got the outside wood varnished, but no varnishing or painting outside now, so I'm working on interior stuff. I'll pull this out and pull that piece of plywood out and put all my cleats on here to lock these things in place, and then they'll go back in. I gotta go looking for a motor. And this is the blocking I'm gonna install on that plywood piece there to mount the water tank, the battery boxes. It's the fill up there. That'll be the supply down there, and on the other end will be the vent line. There's been some upgrades to the boat. The numbers are now on. I got my stem band, stainless steel, also called a bang strip. It's 1.25 inches. They call it hollow half round. And I got my bow stop on there. I did test the winch and it works great. Had the boat back a couple feet on the trailer, and it pulled her right on. And there's been some changes to the back. She now has a name. This was a graphics decal thing. It's a sticker actually, got from West Marine. And I got a cool swim step on it. This is a telescoping swim ladder. It pulls out and drops down for getting out of the boat, getting on and off the boat when it's in the water. And then I built this boarding ladder to go on board the boat, and I did get all this is finished glassed all these edges in. primered it. And shore power, got a shore power hookup. I had to put that in the winter to get some 110 in the boat so I could run my heater. This is all sealed inside now, the head area. Now I have to put that floorboard in. I also have guide rollers on the back to guide her onto the trailer. That's my new engine, 2001 Yamaha 115 4-stroke. Up here at Black Hawk Marine. This is a bracket they used to drill the holes. Fired right up. 4th of July 2011. Seems like I always get a lot done on the 4th of July. I got quite a bit done today. Got my steering cable run, the control cables hooked up, the engine wiring, fuel line is hooked up. Got a junction box there for the battery cables to connect to. And the head shower area, it's all painted gloss white except for the areas I'm going to insulate. And the steering is in. It even turns the engine when you turn the wheels. It's a shift and throttle cable coming through there. The mounts for the battery boxes and the water tank. It's all gloss white, and I've got it lagged in with stainless steel legs and the 1/8 inch neoprene for everything to sit on. And up forward here, got my plastic tubs in there in my storage areas, and a big plastic box there. And so I got some through holes in. That's the sink drain, the sink and shower drain. It's a bronze through hole with a bronze valve on it. Up there's a plastic through hole. That'll be the discharge for the electric bilge pump. There's my wiring harness coming through, and in there, that's where I'm going to put my ignition switch. Over here. And that's the fill fitting for the water tank. That's the through hole for the hand bilge pump discharge. There's my steering gear. It's a 4.2 no feedback to a rotary rack and pinion. I went through the Yamaha controls, got them all lubed up, working real good. Control cables are all hooked up. The hand bilge pump is in, battery switch is in, the ignition switch is in. And the water tank and battery boxes are in. And I put this non-skid on these